Hey guys, it's Oziman. Now, since we're heading into the new year, yeah, all you guys might be thinking, oh, 2022, that's my year. This year, I'm going to go and I'm actually going to learn Japanese. That's my New Year's resolution. Time to learn Japanese. And I'm just here to stop you and tell you, while you're in that thought, that you should just give up. Now, the reason I say that isn't because I think you should actually quit learning Japanese. The main reason is if you're sitting there and, needing to conjure up some form of motivation to get you through learning Japanese and push yourself to actually do it, why are you even doing it in the first place? Like, the thing I don't understand is if you're learning Japanese, why are you doing it? If your reasons are, oh, I want to work in Japan, I want to do this and this and this, and you've got some reasons like that, surely that should be enough motivation to at least discipline yourself enough to start and go out and learn Japanese. Because obviously everyone, including myself, we all have difficulties motivating ourselves and getting ourselves to learn Japanese. But the reason I'm making this video, is because I've seen more and more frequency in this community, people that are learning Japanese, they have no motivation to. And not having motivation doesn't come from the fact that, they're doing it because they have to. Like, they want to, go from third world country to Japan, or they want to move to Japan to work, or they've got, their girlfriend or wife's from Japan or something like that. If it's like that and you're not motivated, I get it. That makes complete sense. But what I'm seeing in this community more and more frequently are people that are not motivated. And the reason they're not motivated is because they don't even know why they're learning Japanese in the first place. It's like, they'll be like someone like, oh, I like the culture, so I'm learning Japanese. Now, let me just stop you here and tell you now, if you just like the culture or you just want to watch fucking anime or something like that, and that's why you're learning Japanese, you're wasting your fucking time. Now, obviously you can do it just as a hobby, on the side, just do a little bit here and there. But I think the majority of my audience, 99.9% of yous, or anyone that probably watches this video, because it's going to be watched by people who are in the refold kind of AJAC community, if you're one of those people, you're not going to be someone who just wants to learn a little bit here and there and do it as a hobby. You're here because you want to get really good at it and you want to, perfect it and get to a super high level. Now, if that's the case and you want to get to a super high level, you should have a pretty good reason for wanting to do that. If you don't, you're going to get there and you're going to be like, why the fuck did I do this? Why did I waste 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my life learning something that's completely fucking useless? While you're learning it, it's pretty fun, along the way you get better and better. Eventually you get to speak Japanese. You're like, wow, this is amazing. I can speak Japanese. I've finally achieved this goal that I've set out for 5 years. But 2 months later, 6 months later or so, you're going to wake up and be like, oh, I don't really fucking care if I can speak Japanese. It doesn't make a difference to me in my life. Who gives a shit? And if that happens, now you've just wasted 5 years of your life for nothing. And the reason I say you've wasted it, it's not like, say, university or something. With uni, you're out and you do uni, you meet friends, you do all different things, and it's pretty fulfilling in multiple ways. But if you're doing AJAT, do you know what you do? You sit in your fucking room by yourself and you just immerse a day like a little fucking nerd or virgin. Now, that's not a fun way to live, I did it. I did it for how long? 3 or 4 years. And at the end of it, it was I was one of those people that just did it because I just wanted to be really good at it. And it was my self-identity was, I'm a Japanese learner. I'm an AJAT. Look at me. I'm a sick cunt. That's what I was like. And by the end of it, I was like, why the fuck did I do this? Why did I waste 5 years of my life doing, just this? And so in the end, I figured out actual reason why I learned it. And that is, I want to eventually go into Rizin, fight in Japan, all that. And that's, my dream now. And then I can use this Japanese that I've built up over the years to actually do something with it in my life and have some sort of fulfillment with it. But if you're just learning it, say, to watch anime or something like that, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, it might seem cool and all, but you could be doing so much more. In the amount of time and effort it takes to, learn Japanese to a super high level, you could probably do a fucking undergraduate and master's degree at the same, dedicating the same amount of time to that, maybe even less. It's probably less effort to get an undergraduate and a master's degree than it is to go and fucking fully master Japanese for 5 years. Because at least, like I said, with university, you can actually have a life at the same time. With Japanese, what the fuck can you do except for sit down and listen all day? So yeah, I think a lot of people need to just have a sit down and be honest with themselves. Why am I learning Japanese? And ask themselves that. If they don't have a reason and they're dreading doing this every single day, maybe, re-look into why you're doing it. Or maybe even stop and do something else. One of the times, I see this by far the most is with, some of those learning communities, whether it be AJAT or DJT. DJT, if I say this, they might come fucking 50 million of them jump in my server, the little virgins they are. But we'll see. But the reason I say this is I don't mean all of them, but some of them, yeah, they get so competitive with each other. Like, oh, look at me, I can read this really fucking hard kanji. I can read this book. I can read 10 million kanji or some bullshit. Mate, no one gives a fuck except for you and your like group of like 200 people, little fucking nerds and virgins. No one cares, bro. Like, you've wasted your, 10 fucking years of your life doing something that no one gives a fuck about, and you're only doing it to impress other people. Like, what kind of a life is that? So all these people, that are just watching my channel, just getting into learning Japanese, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, or you might just end up wasting your time and wasting the next, 5 years of life for something you won't end up even caring about at all. Like, I've seen even, like people, like big people in this community say like they learn Japanese to a super high level. They did it because they like anime and they just did it because they just want to get really good at it. And then in the end, they don't even really care about Japan. They don't live in Japan, don't go to Japan, don't have Japanese friends. And they just don't really care anymore. And it's like, okay, good one, legend. Now you've just fucking ruined the last 5 years of your life. For what? And you're telling everyone else that they should do the same thing. For what reason? Like, I just don't understand all of this. Get a fucking reason why you want to learn Japanese, then learn it. If your reason is, I just want to do it for fun, good enough, fucking, if it's fun, yeah. But don't do it to just like impress other people or, think you're a fucking sick cunt or something and then waste 5 years of your life and then regret it in the end. I kind of lost track a bit what I was trying to say here, but I hope it comes through what I'm trying to put forward here, in that as fulfilling as learning Japanese is, it can also be like a massive waste of time, and I think you really need to be careful of that when you're learning it. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I really want to say in this video. Just a quick little message for those people that are just getting into learning Japanese. They, might be having some doubts of like why they're even doing it and if it's really worth it. This was for those people. If you haven't already, jump in the Discord, start the Hikaru Challenge, and join our community of over 200 people now doing the Hikaru Challenge. Thanks, guys.